Hello and welcome to the Lost World Minute, the Minute by Minute podcast reviewing the 1997 sequel of Jurassic Park, one minute at a time. I'm Brad.
Hi, Dave.
And this episode we're talking about minute 7 of the Lost World. David, how's your week been, sir?
Good. I recently ordered, I'm going to add one of those Lost World Kodak field guides to my collection. I never actually got one. It comes with a little map on one side, and it comes with a little guide to the dinosaurs in the movie on the other side. I figured about time I add one to my collection. I never did, and there's like 10 of them all over eBay.
It was. I sort of discovered that map pretty late after the film came out. I'm going to say it's even after Jurassic Park 3 came out that I discovered that map even existed. But I love it. It's got the worker village ruins in the middle, and then all the dinosaurs around it on the island.
And my assumption is that it was a late production edition by Kodak, so that it's closer to the final movie map than the prop map that they made for the first original script before they added the San Diego scene to the end of it.
Yeah, because that was only changed late in production, so the map must have been made, I'd say, post the movie coming out, or very close to the movie coming out, because it is the worker village that we see.
Plus, it has the cut-down buildings. There was originally, we'll talk about this more when we see it, but there was originally 13 buildings planned for the worker village, but Spielberg wanted to go with this King Kong ending, with the SS Venture bringing the T-Rex to the mainland.
Yep.
So he cut down on those 13 buildings and only had like 4 or 5 of them, I think.
Yep. Very nice, very nice. I haven't brought anything new this week. Trying to get the rest of the breakout T-Rex paid off so I can get it.
Yeah. Did you order one?
Yeah, yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait to get it in hand to see if I can extend the fence a bit more. Just
that'd be cool.
Make it a bit larger of a display piece.
Uh-huh.
We got a new Jurassic World 2 set image this week.
Yes, we did.
Colin tweeted out the little girl standing in the room with all the skeletons, dinosaur skeletons, fossils. A very nice photo. I'd have to double check and look where we are in relation to production. I'm pretty sure Jurassic World was already a fair way along when we got the East Dock sign.
Can't remember exactly when that came out, but I do know that Jurassic World 2, Jurassic Park 5 is currently in like its first 2 or 3 weeks in production, I think.
Yeah. Yep, it's only just started filming. Yeah, because that East Dock sign getting posted out, Colin said in interviews that they ended up omitting that from the final movie and instead going with the research sign that you can see behind the veterinarian Unimog when Claire's driving away getting chased by raptors. Just to make Jurassic Park, or the old Jurassic Park site, look bigger than what it actually was. More buildings and that. Which gets us to another image that sort of come out with some set chases over there in England. And we've sort of talked about this in the past about the set looking a lot like the old Jurassic Park Lodge concept art. There's been some discussion online about that. Some still think it's Main Street or parts of Main Street. And time will tell when that gets dressed and what it looks like.
But like you mentioned on Facebook, the set actually hasn't been dressed yet. We're still on the plywood stage, and at that point, it could be anything. The old Velociraptor pen in the first movie was all made out of plywood, and I've seen a couple shots of it behind the scenes, and it's just, if you looked at it, the plywood, it looks like the same kind of sand beige that makes up everything else on the Main Street in Jurassic World. So.
Yeah, that photo ruined Jurassic Park for me. Just seeing that raptor pen getting constructed out of timber. It's very convincing in the movie.
It is. Yeah.
And especially like something like the loading dock where the raptor cage is received, like all that being wood, yet here's this cage on it. You got actors running around on it, animatronics. It's sort of, they've done a very good job at it. But, Yeah, that's the thing. All this prefab timbers, all that beigey colour. It's like the roofs aren't even on it yet. Whether it's tile roof, it's going to be thatched roof, or something else like that'll probably be a bit bigger giveaway too. If it's sort of thatched roof,
Yeah.
or if it's tiled. Yeah, but anyway, we'll get to see a lot more of that later on as filming continues. It's actually interesting. I was talking to the guys over at Real Tours Hawaii yesterday about sort of how much time Jurassic World 2 is going to be filming over there compared to the other films, and I was actually, when I first started talking to him, it was about movie locations for The Lost World, and I actually got thinking while I was talking to him, there's not a lot of filming that was done in Hawaii for The Lost World. You got the beach scene and then the T-Rex scene at the end at the beach. You got the trailers driving from the lagoon up the Gallimamas Valley, along with the trek later on when the survivors are heading for the worker village. But apart from that, everything else is on sets or in California, which was upsetting.
I like the California shoot better, actually.
Oh,
First of all, it's easier to get to for me because it's just on the other side of the country instead of halfway around the world. Second of all, I mean, I'm in love with the Redwoods. I really was.
Yep.
I took a 2014 trip to the Redwoods, and it was just magnificent. It was the best vacation I ever took.
Yep.
And interesting that you mentioned the Gallimamas Valley being used for the trailers coming off the boat. But it was actually not the Gallimamas scene used in the first movie, but it was the original spot where Spielberg wanted to film the Gallimamas scene had Hurricane Iniki not hit Kauai dead on.
Ah, okay, yep. Yeah, I started thinking about that, then comparing it to the other films. Yes, Jurassic Park was filmed extensively there, apart from some sets on studio work, but I was trying to think, then you got Jurassic World where you've got the helicopter platform or the landing pad and all that set up, and the IREX enclosure. There's nearly more filming done on Jurassic World than there was in The Lost World, which is, again, depressing to think about, for me anyway. But yeah, but then we're trying to work out, right, there's going to be production crews are over there at the moment, and sets are going to start being built, and they've got like the 6 week shooting schedule over there, so they might be able to get a bit done with that. They might not. Time will tell. But he's excited to see some stuff built over there, and I think the fans are as well.
Now, do you know, I can't remember if this was said, but do you know if it was on Oahu or Kauai where they were filming? Because Kauai was where they filmed Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park 3 and parts of The Lost World. And Oahu, the next island close to the big island, was where they filmed, well, the first movie's Gallimimus scene and the majority of Jurassic Park. Jurassic World.
Yeah, I don't think it's been confirmed yet, because I know Colin said in an interview he wasn't going to disclose which island they're filming on, because it'd probably give away where they were going back to in the sequel. We didn't talk about anything, didn't discuss that yesterday, so I'm pretty sure at the moment it's just they're going back to Hawaii. I don't think they've set which island it is yet.
Kauai was where they filmed the gyrosphere scene in Jurassic World, and I think that's the only Kauai location I can think of in that movie. So I do think it would give it away a bit if they said which island.
Yeah. Yep. And in seriousness, they're beautiful islands. Can we find another valley to shoot in? It's sort of that valley, just even there you see it on Travel Guide or something. I think Gallimamas Valley or whatever, what have you, and you just keep seeing it in movies and that, where yes, it's beautiful countryside, but it's sort of one of those filming locations that's getting overused, and it's sort of it's less and less. Like another example's in Jurassic Park 3, where they approach the island from the same spot as they do in Jurassic Park. Like, you couldn't have found another beach to approach the islands. It's supposed to be a different island, yet you use the same scene to approach the island or arrive at the island.
He used the Napali coast that was basically the coastline panorama that they used in The Lost World.
Yeah.
For Isla Sorna in Jurassic Park 3.
Yep. Yep. So it's lovely countryside over there. Go and film some more of it. Don't keep using the same unless you're returning to a certain point. Yeah, don't keep using it.
Oh, interesting mentioning the redwoods. John Bayona and Trevorrow recently released a video this week of a Tyrannosaurus puppet in front of I think it was a green screen or a picture or a computer screen of some sort, and there was just pines everywhere.
Yeah, it was very cloudy.
It was, and it reminded me a lot of The Lost World. And not only The Lost World, but in the Redwoods, there's this place called the Trees of Mystery, about a mile north of where they filmed the Lost World scenes in the Redwoods there. And it reminded me a lot of this gondola lift that takes you to the top of the mountain there, and this beautiful view of the Redwoods that you get from the gondola, and it looked almost exactly like that. I had to check where it was filmed. It was filmed in England, but it looked so much like the Redwoods. It was maybe a little something interesting going on with the plot there.
Oh wow, that does get me excited.
Yeah, it does.
An interesting, different way to film it too. Like all we've seen of the Redwoods was ground level. We've never seen anything treetops or higher. So.
And it's true. The hide scene in the Lost World was a blue screen effect. They just filled in a picture of the Redwoods, and the actual set was done on a blue screen.
Yeah, yeah. And I suppose also the little girl in the museum or the room that's been thrown out as being, or possibly being, Hammond's estate by fans. It would be fun. I don't know what would have happened to that mansion when he died. Surely the family would have taken it over. But I could see Hammond having a room like that in his mansion.
Yeah, I could too.
But again, time will tell. It's very Victorian feeling, like the design, the architecture, and that. So it could be anything. It could even be a museum. You never know. All right. Well, if that's all we've got to discuss, do you want to get on into this minute?
Yeah, it was a good transition moment right here.
Rightio, let's do it. As the 6th minute of The Lost World ended, we had Ian Malcolm arriving at Hammond's mansion.
Whom shall I tell Mr. Hammond is calling?
Ian Malcolm. I've been summoned.
He slowly walks up the steps, taking in his surroundings. At 6 minutes and 2 seconds, we hear a door close from somewhere above him on the 2nd floor. At 6 minutes and 4 seconds, we cut to the staircase, and we see Tim and Lex running down the stairs excitedly, calling for Dr. Malcolm.
Dr. Malcolm!
Oh my God.
Hello, Dr. Malcolm!
Kids, yes!
So great to see you.
It's so great to see you!
At 6 minutes and 8 seconds, the kids arrive next to Dr. Malcolm. Tim jumps up and cuddles Malcolm, while Lex comes in and cuddles both of them from the side. At 6 minutes and 17 seconds, Tim asks Malcolm if he come to see Grandpa. Malcolm replies with he called him, and if the kids know what it's about. At 6 minutes and 25 seconds, Malcolm comments on how creepy the mansion is. At 6 minutes and 28 seconds, Malcolm asks the kids if everything's okay. Lex replies, well, not exactly. At 6 minutes and 32 seconds, we hear footsteps coming down the stairs. At 6 minutes and 36 seconds, we see a group of men and women in business clothes coming down the stairs, followed by Peter Ludlow. At 6 minutes and 41 seconds, we get the first lines from Ludlow, well, Dr. Malcolm, while Malcolm's back's turned to him.
Well, Dr. Malcolm. Dr. Malcolm.
At 6 minutes and 45 seconds, Ludlow asks Malcolm if he's here to share some campfire stories with his uncle. At 6 minutes and 50 seconds, Malcolm starts walking over to a table where Ludlow is standing. A man and a woman are taking business documents out of a briefcase and putting them on the table for Ludlow to sign. At 6 minutes and 55 seconds, Malcolm tells Ludlow that he can convince the Washington Post and the Skeptical Inquirer of whatever he wants. But he was there, he knew it happened, and so did they. And this ends minute 7 of The Lost World. So, minute 7, the return of Lex and Tim into the franchise, which I'd say is a welcome return.
Mm-hmm. Joseph Mazzello said that this one quick cameo here paid for pretty much his entire college. He said it was kind of a gift to him.
Yep. Amazing. That's great. Ariana Richards back as well as Lex. Definitely grown a lot in 4 years. They both sprouted up, got really tall.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of, Malcolm, it's good to see you again. It sort of raises that question again. How long's it been since he's seen them? Have they visited? Have they seen each other in between? Or has he just not seen them since the Jurassic Park incident? But I do like seeing them back here. It's sort of the cameo I'd like to see from the actors in later movies and not taking up more lengthy roles.
Yeah.
So Malcolm got a phone call or we assume from Hammond. Didn't explain why, just that you need to get over here right away. And the kids don't really know what's going on, but we get, or you can only assume InGen staff walking down the staircase, followed by Peter Ludlow.
Mm-hmm.
RLS
Now,
Howard.
this scene always confused me because they're walking down the stairs to the documents, and I mean, I know the timeline doesn't fit, but when I was younger, I never really put it together. I always assumed that the deleted scene section that we see of the boardroom was also in the Hammond's mansion, because first we see Ludlow and the board walking, making the vote. Then the next thing we see is Ludlow and the board walking down the stairs with the paperwork. So
exactly, and that's exactly the way I felt too. But I had to sort of these last couple of weeks sort of fit in the boardroom scene in where we did, and actually watching none of the actors that are on this staircase were in that boardroom scene. So, but yeah, I definitely thought, well, if Hammond's sick, they're going to have the meeting there. But then why wasn't Hammond in there with him?
Yeah. Well, in the script, he was actually watching it via a video feed.
Oh, okay, yep. Interesting. Yeah, we get more of the wonderful filming location of the Merrifield Senior School in Pasadena, Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing all this stuff inside the building was actually filmed in their Hammond's office, the staircase. Because there's no exterior shots of the building, but
yeah, I assume so as well.
Yeah, which will be interesting to see if that location comes back up on the shooting schedule for Jurassic Park 2 or Jurassic World 2. Yeah, so and then we get Ludlow and Malcolm going at it. Ludlow asking Malcolm if he's here to share some campfire stories with his uncle, and the kids. This is where we sort of get the start and the end of the kids. They sort of wander off after this. Malcolm says to Ludlow, "You can convince the Washington Post and the Skeptical Inquirer whatever you want, but I was there. I know it happened, and so do you." Now, the Washington Post is familiar with me. The Skeptical Inquirer.
It's a tabloid newspaper, kind of like Weekly World News, which we see on Grant's fridge. It's got stuff like celebrity gossip, fake celebrity gossip, and ghost stories. Aliens stole my husband's skin, stuff like that.
Oh, so it is real, because just reading it or hearing it, I was expecting something with Bigfoot on the front of it, or
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I know the Washington Post is a real thing. I just thought, they threw in or made up this Skeptical Inquirer to just so
they're both real.
Yeah.
But the Washington Post is known for its breaking the Watergate story that took down President Richard Nixon, whereas the Skeptical Inquirer is known for being a fake newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically, in America, it's basically synonymous with fake news.
Okay. And that's interesting. So, at some point after Jurassic Park failed, Malcolm's read up a article or submitted an article or rang a reporter to tell what happened at Jurassic Park. We'll learn in the next minute that InGen paid off Malcolm for his injuries.
Mm-hmm.
But
which he considered an insult.
Yeah, and reckon that he sold the story and everything else, but they must have went on as well, either read a reply or something like that to pretty much disprove it. But we can get into that next minute. Yeah, it's just I'd love to see again, if it was if Lost World was coming around now, would probably have a media tie-in or something with these letters or with these articles by Malcolm, similar to the Masrani site that we got for Jurassic World.
Oh, that'd be a lot of fun, wouldn't it?
I'd love to read what he actually writes to the Washington Post, or what the articles are, and just InGen coming out and saying, no, we make hair care products or something. We do something else with genetics that dinosaurs. Are you serious, really? No, it would be fun.
Yeah, that's true. And it was rumored for Lex to return, be mentioned or have a cameo in Jurassic World, which obviously never happened.
Oh yeah, I'd heard that she was on set at one point, and that's where I thought, yep, she's going to be back. Even if it was just a something on TV, like a monitor.
I did too.
So, yeah, fingers crossed for the sequel. It might happen. Surely they've got to get someone back. Is there anything else you want to discuss for minute 7?
Actually, yes. There was also something I forgot to mention about Jurassic Park 5. Is that there was another thing posted by Bayona. He showed that there's guys underneath the floorboard, underneath the set boards, controlling an animatronic dinosaur, which we do not get to see. But it confirms that we get animatronic dinosaurs back in Jurassic Park 5.
And the fans rejoice.
Yep.
Nah, that'll be good to see.
Yes, it will.
I think that was one of the big knocks Jurassic World had from fans, was the lack of animatronics and the going heavy on CG. But if it's done right, I don't really mind. Like that I-Rex still at times looks like it's an animatronic. They modelled it well. ILM done it. They didn't do any of the other CG, but they done that well. They made it move like an animatronic. It feels natural, but it does feel like it's tied down at points. So
yeah, that's what I like about the CGI in Jurassic World, is it feels weighty.
Yeah.
It feels like you can actually touch it. It feels physical.
Yep.
Or it looks physical, rather.
Yep. Just don't do the raptors again. Make animatronic raptors, please.
Yeah.
No, that'll be exciting to see. I can't wait. Hopefully we get some photos of those later on. As the press stuff starts to release, we might, because we got Owen and the Raptor, like blue, for the press leading into Jurassic World, the animatronic bust there. So
yeah,
that'd be good to see. All right.
All right.
If that's all, we'll get out of here and we'll be back next with minutes 8.
All right, sounds great.
All right, guys, let's get the hell out of here.
Contact details are on the website, thelostworldminute.com. You can email feedback to thelostworldminute@gmail.com, Facebook, The Lost World Minute, Twitter @thelostworldminute, and Instagram, The Lost World Minute.
Easy to remember.
Yeah, very easy to remember. David, thank you for joining me for this record.
You're welcome.
And we'll be back. I've been Brad.
I'm Dave.
And we'll talk to you all later. Goodbye.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
It is absolutely imperative that we work with the Costa Rican Department of Biological Preserves to establish a set of rules for the preservation and isolation of that island. These creatures require our absence to survive, not our help. And if we could only step aside and trust in nature, life